I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
What's happening? What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 148 of the SZN Podcast. I'm your host, Kam.
I'm your host, Flowz.
And as always, guys, please head over to SZN Pod or SZN Podcast, which is our Instagram and Twitter pages. The link in the bio on both of those pages there, which will take you to where we're situated at streaming-wise. So if you want your audio, your Apple Podcast, Spotify, visuals, you've got the YouTube channel link there as well. So make sure you do that for us, guys. Flowz, another week we're here. Yeah, man. Tired as usual.
Voice gone.
Yeah,
My voice is finished, but here we are.
Listen, don't ever say we're not dedicated. Flowz can barely talk, and we're here. And yeah, we ain't gonna have Flowz talking too much because that's just cruel. So let's breeze for this episode, bro. Still some boxing to talk about as usual. Might as well start with just a brief recap in terms of what happened on the weekend before we forward into what I go on for next weekend. But over on the weekend, there wasn't any major cards really, but there was a DAZN card, headlined by Edgar Berlanga. Worth mentioning him because we once had him on our prospect list. I'm pretty sure, Flowz. He was this his DAZN debut? I think it was because
I think it was.
Because he's had a long layoff for him, year layoff. I think that was injury related, and he left Top Rank to go and sign with Eddie Hearn, and this was his debut. It was at the theatre, so home crowd for him against quite a decent opponent in Jason Quigley, Island's own Jason Quigley. Flowz, it's interesting because from way back when we last spoke about Berlanga, it might have been a year ago. We said how from day, obviously, we knew he had freakish power. And when he went on that streak of 16 fights, 16 KOs, all like within the first round or something. But we wanted to see him, see if he can box and deliver his boxing skills, because you can't just be relying on the power. And lo and behold, like his next couple of fights, bro's there getting tested, where he wasn't able to use his power to get out of jail, and a couple bad performances, shaky performances as he stepped up the competition. One brother even dropped and rocked him badly. And since then, obviously, that the sort of hype train has really, really died down with him. With this one, Flowz, I see again the same sort of flaws that I think we highlighted in this game early on when we started covering him, in the sense that he's still overly reliant on his power and he's prone to getting outboxed. And watching this one, Flowz, I thought, to me, even though he dropped Quigley 4 times officially, which sounds like, oh, he dominated, that wasn't the case. I thought Quigley was boxing well in portions of that fight and was actually beating Berlanga to the punch, piecing him up a little bit, just quicker at counter punching, beating him to the jab, etc. But with power punches, Flowz, you've always got that get out of jail free card, which is the power punch. And again, I think Berlanga used that to his advantage once again, which you can't knock him for. But yeah, I guess year layoff, so there is some rust to shake off, but he was getting that box sometimes in portions. I thought Quigley boxed quite well up until when he eventually got caught.
Wasn't he suspended for like 6 months for biting? It was him.
What, Berlanga or Quigley?
Yeah, no, Berlanga. Remember his last fight where he bit my man on the shoulder?
Oh, I didn't realize that. Fair.
I think he had it. I can't remember how long the ban was, but I'm sure he got like a fine and ban. But I think
that was frustration bite, no?
Yeah, he still hasn't fought for a year, so
yeah.
I can't remember how long the ban was. But like you say, Quigley was boxing well. I expected Quigley to get blown out of there after the first time I've seen Quigley was against Demetrius.
Andre, when he blew him out in 2.
Yeah, and Andre got him out there, and Andre's not a power puncher. Yeah. So I thought Berlanga would do damage, but yeah, Quigley boxed well. He boxed better than, against Andre, and I think, maybe it's again debut jitters from Berlanga. Maybe this is the type of tests he needs, or because the people that he's calling out, based on this performance,
straight away went from what he said, Munguia and Triple G, no?
Yeah,
That's crazy. That's mad. Not now.
but
He's
yeah,
not. He's so far away from that. I'm so sorry.
when you've got power,
Yeah, true.
I mean, yeah,
But
possibilities are open
I
for
hear
you.
I hear that Foswell, those men also have power, and we'll say that Berlanga gets hit fairly easy as it is. It's okay, cool, power versus power, but you don't want to put yourself at too much of a disadvantage, especially when those guys are way more experienced than him. He's still green in that sense, so yeah, I don't think it's wise for him going for those guys yet. But hey, who am I? He definitely someone that puts bums on seats, though. Definitely he's got a big following in New York for sure.
Yeah.
So money wise, it could be a good matchup, but I don't think he's ready for them, man, yet, personally.
Look, yeah, he relied on his power again yesterday, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I guess when you have power, you can always change the tide of a fight.
Yeah.
So I think one of the knockdowns, I didn't score a knockdown. I thought it was a trip, but 3 knockdowns. He could have even the ref could have even busted him a KO from knocking something down 3 times.
Yeah.
I think the
Yeah, I
third
mean,
knockdown,
a fourth knockdown officially.
yeah,
You see, sometimes ref will end it there and say that's way too much. But
yeah. 2 were in the last round. Sometimes the hometown fighter gets the little lucky KO.
Yeah.
So, but I think fair play to the ref because Quigley was boxing well.
Yeah.
He was in the fight, and it was the last round, so let him see it out. So,
yeah,
I think fair result. Berlanga won.
Yeah.
Once again, just needs to go back to the drawing board and keep working on his tools. I ain't gonna say he's finished or he's done. He won it. I just give credit to Quigley for showing up, not rolling over, boxing to a game plan.
Yeah.
But Berlanga overcame that. He just needs to keep working, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Also worth mentioning as well, Flowz, I don't know if you saw J-Rock was also fighting. He also fought yesterday against Carlos Adamez. And J-Rock was someone we spoke about on this pod before, who ever since winning that title against, it was Hurd, wasn't it? He beat Hurd. Ever since winning the middleweight title against Hurd, we sort of expected good things from him, but it just sort of never happened for him. That loss to Rosario was big, and then a couple other losses as well. And this one as well, he lost. Well, it was contentious again, I guess, the stoppage. The referee for this one, Adamez is teeing off. He has J-Rock hurt, to be fair, against the ropes. He actually had him hurt earlier in the fight as well, I think in the 5th round, where he was just bombarding him. But he's got him hurt. But the referees look to jump in, even though J-Rock, yes, he's getting teed up on, but he isn't like out of it completely. And literally just as J-Rock has started throwing back, the referees jumped in, which obviously was very controversial. J-Rock's trainer, Bredman Edwards, was livid. He was, I don't know if you saw the clip, Flowz, but he was going crazy at he was, I think they had to get security to remove him from the ring because he was moving mad. And obviously J-Rock afterwards was very incredulous as well. He was pissed off and said it's BS. He was still in the fight. It was even, and he was throwing when the referee jumped in. Controversial one from the ref for sure.
Yeah.
Shame.
His trainer was echoing some of the sentiments we've said on here, that when it's the A side, the homes, they get favoritism from the refs, from the judges. It's a tough one because the ref did jump in, and then, but J-Rock he was hurt. While I think especially with the main event, while it's not a title, I think it was for the interim title. So the winner of this gets a shot at Charlottesville.
Yes.
You got to factor this in. I know they're there to protect the fighters and whatnot, but it was a close fight. We've seen Carlos Adamez fade towards late ends of fights because he's a power puncher as well.
Yeah.
We've seen
he's
him
actually
fade.
So go on, close,
I mean, we've seen him fade towards the later ends of fights. Like, he starts fast, throws bombs, but we've seen him go the 12 rounds before.
Yeah.
So, and J-Rock said that was his game plan. He was getting tired. But yeah, I feel sorry for J-Rock, but I can't blame the ref too tough. I'll be real.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I think there are other portions of the fight where, like I said, J-Rock was hurt badly, and
Yeah.
Adamez was really teed off, etc. So, yeah, I don't know if that played a factor in the referee's mind. He's thinking, oh, it's a repeat of what happened before in the 5th round or whatever. Let me just jump in early now because I should have stopped it back then. Who knows? But yeah, I do think the fight should have been left to continue, even though I probably would have said J-Rock still would have lost by decision anyways. Yeah, man, it just never quite happened for J-Rock after he won that title, Flowz. He just never really got something going together. It's a shame because he's a good boxer. We said before on this pod, J-Rock can box really well, but it just never really, got going for him afterwards, which is a shame. But yeah, Adamez is on a bit of a streak. I think he's quite highly rated over there in the PBC wars. As someone that could potentially, give Charlo some good competition. That remains to be seen. But yeah, he marched on.
Yeah.
Cool. So shall we speak about the main fight that we're going to talk about for this upcoming week? We've got undisputed fight to get to.
Yeah.
Your girl, Sav as you call her, Flowz, in another undisputed fight. This time she's at super middleweight, and she's fighting the undisputed champion, Franchon Crews-Dezurn. Yeah, Franchon Crews-Dezurn, I believe her name is. Who is undisputed American super middleweight champion, highly respected, highly rated, very good boxer herself. Flowz. This is actually a really good fight, to be fair. Really, really good fight. For Sav to have 2 back-to-back undisputed opportunities, that's sick. I mean, I think that's testament to what the women's game is like. Like, obviously, she faced Clarissa at middleweight. Next fight, she's gone up to super middleweight to challenge for the undisputed. It happened so quick in the women's division and the women's game, and they really do make these big fights happen. But Flowz, I don't know if obviously I don't think we've spoken about FC, called FCD, much before in this pod. And she is, like I said, she's highly respected within the game. Very, very good fighter in her own right. From what you've seen of her, Flowz, are you a fan? Do you rate her? Do you feel she poses a threat towards Savannah?
I mean, she's good. It's just I've not rated the level of opposition really. I think she fought Clarissa Shields early.
So her debut. So
her debut fight. Yeah.
Her debut fight. Yeah. She was given Clarissa. I'm pretty sure it was Clarissa's debut as well. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I'll confirm that, but from what I remember, I believe it was Clarissa's as well. But it
was a long time ago. I know that.
Yeah. She said that how obviously everyone else was like, no, they want to fight Clarissa. They gave it to her, and she was like, yeah, you know what, that's the type of person I am. Yeah, it was Clarissa's debut too. 4-rounder. Yeah. So that was way back in 2016.
She's a good personality outside the ring. She's active.
I really like her. Like I think she's a G. Like I think just off her interview, her vibe. I watched her gloves are off. She's completely different character to Clarissa, but still very, very confident, etc. Yeah,
I think she was at the fight where Clarissa and Savannah had. So and so the beef there has been brewing. But she's undisputed. She's not gonna. It's a tough fight with Savannah. It's not cakewalk whatsoever. So it'll be an interesting fight. Obviously, I've got to back my girl.
It's interesting as well, Foz, because they actually fought in the amateurs as well. Clarissa and not Clarissa, Savannah and the FCD. They actually fought in the amateurs, and I believe Savannah won. If I'm not mistaken, from what I remember, I think Savannah might have grabbed that. But I'll be corrected if I'm wrong. But which I'll check. But but they have history, and it's different to. We say beef is brewing. I'm gonna say I think there's a lot of mutual respect between both of them. They both really respect each other. But again, it's just like how we're talking with the whole Spence and Crawford thing. You can respect the other side, but you can still be hella confident that I'm gonna beat this person. Like I'm mad. So there's that energy around it as well. I do give you. It's a good point that you raised, Flowz, in the sense that if you look at competition, you might say Savannah's got a better resume compared to FCD. But again, that takes nothing overnight. She's a champion. She can be a proud champion. And even though she doesn't really have the knockout stats like Savannah, she's supposedly quite a hard hitter in there, FCD.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always something to be wary of. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to this one, Flowz. I want Savannah to win. It's interesting as well because they're both vying for a rematch with. When I was watching their, the little face off. Savannah was there saying, I'm doing because I'm really looking, I want that Clarissa rematch. And FCD's jumped in and said, "No, I'm the one getting that rematch, not you. I want that rematch," kind of thing. So they're both vying. I'm sure Clarissa's going to be in a. Well, yeah, I hope they should bring her. They should bring her through to watch, or just maybe guest commentate. I'm sure she's got opinions on both fighters. She's probably rooting for FCD, to be fair, because of just
I think so.
She's just because she doesn't like Savannah. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've seen Clarissa say on Twitter that FCD is going to destroy Savannah, etc. So yeah, I know who she's rooting for. But yeah, no, it's an interesting fight to me, and I think it will be a good one. I'm 100% going to tune in.
Yeah,
women's game doesn't disappoint, does it?
Mm-hmm. I think the fact it's in UK as well will make it. It'll be hella hostile for FCD. So
yeah, for sure.
Good comeback fight for Savannah. Respected. No soup can. Straight to another big fight. So yeah, I'll tune in.
Yeah,
I'm sure it'll be a cracker.
Yeah, for sure. Just trying to think who else was on the undercard Flowz. I had that on my tip of my tongue, but I can't be forgotten.
It's Jonas on the undercard. What am I bugging? I don't know. Actually, I saw a fight got announced for her. I don't know if it was on the undercard.
I don't think Jonas is. And I've got it here. Okay. Oh yeah. Jonas is. Yep, Jonas is on it. She's defending her titles. We've got Mark Jeffers and Zach Chelly. Ben Whitaker's on the undercard as well. He'd be worth tuning into, of course. Yeah, that's it really. But yeah, hopefully it's in Manchester. Hopefully Savannah comes away with that. And if she does win Flowz, and obviously she's got the super middleweight undisputed, would you want to just see her go straight into a Clarissa Shields rematch? Maybe this time Clarissa goes up to super middleweight and challenges her for the undisputed titles.
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
Yeah, It's a money making thing, isn't it? Like, come on. Yeah.
At this point, the women are doing what they do. Best fighting the best. And it's the same again. Running back. I personally think it was close, but people thought it was close. I think everyone thought it was the wrong game plan by Savannah.
Yeah. That's what she said as well, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. I would love to see it again.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. All right then, Flowz. Well, I guess there's one other thing we can talk about. And that is the recent announcement that we've just seen. Canelo signing a free fight deal with PBC. Obviously Canelo is a free agent, so he sort of moves and goes as he pleases. But recently, obviously, we've seen he's got a really good relationship with Eddie Hearn and DAZN. So he's had a lot of his most recent fights promoted with Eddie Hearn. But he's off to the PBC now, inked a deal with Al Heyman. And the rumor mill always flows that, 3 opponents, and 2 of them are, I think 2 of them, I'm not sure all 3 have been named, but I definitely saw that the first one is meant to be Jamal Charlo. Second one is meant to be, David Benavidez. And I don't think a third one, I guess it might depend on if he wins against Charlo or Benavidez, or if they win, etc. Maybe a rematch there. I don't know. But those are the 2 opponents for sure that are stated that's going to happen for Canelo: Charlo and David Benavidez.
I reckon the third will probably be a Spence,
Spence. Yeah, that's what you said. You reckon it might be Spence, depending on where Spence goes after he fights Crawford, etc. Which even that's interesting itself. Does that mean Spence is going to just like dive straight from 147 to, let's say, 160 or 168? Which, to be fair, he's alluded to some. Spence claims that. I think Spence said something. I heard him say the other day, like he could fight as high as like 180. Like that's natural. That's his natural weight, apparently. So yeah,
they'll probably do a catch weight, money grab. Depending on if Spence wins, I guess if he doesn't, they might do Charlo, Boo Boo, then Benavidez.
Yeah.
Or something, because Boo Boo's over there at PBC now, isn't he?
Right. Could do two. Yeah, could do. Or it could be both Charlo brothers.
Yeah. It's true.
Could do both Charlo brothers. Who knows? But yeah, it's definitely I thought it's definitely gonna be Mal. It's definitely gonna be Benavidez. Those two I think are definitely.
Yeah.
The third one we'll see, but those two. I mean, what I saw was initially that the first fight will be Mal, which to me is kind of crazy based on the fact that we haven't seen Mal for 2+ years now, Flowz.
2 years.
So that already sounds far-fetched to me if it is getting Mal first, or if not, they're setting Mal up for failure, because how are you going to go for a 2-year layoff and go and fight arguably the best boxer in the world? That, to me, just doesn't seem right. I will at least want Mal to have a fighting chance, you know what I mean? And I mean, he can do it. Mal was very, very good, but it's harsh. 2 year straight into that, that's a bit mad, no Flowz.
Yeah, PBC. I don't want to say they're cashing out with Mal or what they did, but
possibly. You know what? Possibly. You know what? Yeah.
Look, with Canelo being a free agent, all these promoters have to come with an offer of such, and Canelo does what we like to see. He goes where people want him to go.
Yeah.
People are saying he needs to fight these people, or he's ducking these people, and he's going right over there.
Yeah.
I think Matchroom offered him Berlanga or something.
Yeah.
No, he would have got killed for he just got killed for John Ryder, who was his mandatory.
Yeah. Think about who Matchroom has over there right now. He's gone through pretty much all the main Matchroom roster.
Yeah.
There isn't anyone left, whilst on the other side of the street, there are some names for him. So it makes sense. 100%.
So fair play to him. And if Charlo's going to have to be the sacrificial lamb for PBC to make it happen, they've done it to him.
Yeah.
But look, everyone was saying Charlo, he's ducking Charlo, he's ducking. Now he's fighting Charlo.
Yeah.
The excuses there, I see it, but this is what you called for. You should have gone to Charlo for being inactive. You're getting on Canelo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Maybe Charlo can win.
Yeah. I can't lie, Flowz. If Charlo beats Canelo, it's actually bad for boxing, because the discourse we're going to see from the Americans is going to be very unbearable. I can't lie. But I will say this though. I know for a fact, Canelo's sick of the people saying that he's ducking Benavidez or he's scared of Benavidez. So that's why he pulled up straight. He went to his block, pulled up. He said, "Yeah, cool. All right." I know he's sick of it. I know he sees the chatter about people saying Benavidez is the one to beat you, blah, blah. He's scared of Benavidez. Yeah, so that's why. Yeah, he was quick to.
You know what? Thank you for saying that, because the PBC's but especially Benavidez side, they've done a lot of nonsense, basic cap, hella cap. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Because we spoke before, we already knew that David Benavidez's next fight was lined up. We already knew that.
Yep.
And we knew that.
Yep.
For the last 2 weeks, David Benavidez has said, we've sent Canelo an offer. He's not responded. Your PBC, remember who your promoter is? Your promoter is Howard Heyman. You get what I'm saying? You sent him an offer to fight. He's not responded.
Yep.
But hey, so how was he now signed?
With David Morrell, which was rumored to be signed, time ago.
So, and now Canelo signed with PBC. So, what was the offer that you sent him that he wasn't responding to when he's already negotiating with Howard Heyman? He's got a free fight deal.
Exactly.
And you were saying, now we've got to go another route. But Benavidez said we've got to go another route because Canelo's not responding.
Yeah.
So you were lying. You were lying.
Basically lying on the name. Yep.
Yeah.
Straight Tyson Fury special.
I get it. You got to build up the fight. You've got to try sell it. Make Canelo seem like he's scared when you've already got a fight locked in.
Uh-huh.
But these times, Canelo's already locked in with PBC. So maybe it's, whatever. It's just selling fake stories. Don't buy into it. These boxers lie. Simple as that.
Yeah. Yeah, facts. That being said, man, I look forward to this PBC chapter for Canelo because, again, these are good names for him. Again, he's still just trying to complete boxing, really, and just fight anyone. And it locks us away from seeing, for now anyways, for the foreseeable future, Eddie Bivol Beterbiev's talk. You know how adamant we said just anything but that. So if him signs PBC stops that, Al Heyman, do your thing.
I will say as well, all that Tank face of boxing stuff, I've not heard it since.
Yeah.
Canelo's flexing, you know. He's moved over to BBC.
He's a slight flexer still. Yeah.
And silenced the whole Tank face of boxing
stuff. In fact, perfect. We'll see now the pay-per-view. Ryan Garcia Tank aside, because that doesn't count because that was also a joint pay-per-view. So the numbers are inflated. But regular pay-per-view, now let's see the numbers Canelo does versus, because I swear Caleb Plunk did about 800K.
That's Canelo's flexing.
Before Ryan Garcia fight, which is over $1 million, again, joint pay-per-view. So I both of them together. Tank wasn't even doing more than Errol Spence. His most was about 250 rolling. So this whole face of being paper, we'll see now. for real.
I'm telling you, Canelo's he like you say, he sees it all.
He sees it all. He sees it
Tank
all.
Face, watch, you see the numbers. You see what Canelo's on it.
Oh, I love a light flex, man. A light flex, just a light one.
We'll see what Tank v Isak Crews-Dezurn generates, and Canelo v Charlo. Let's see.
Yeah, man. Yeah, facts. I think I know they're going to try and flex the Ryan numbers, and we know what that was.
Yeah,
it's two promotions coming together, and Ryan Garcia. Anyways, we know what he commands. So yeah, but yeah, hats off. It's still great numbers for both of them, man. But Canelo is still the face of boxing, believe you me. And I look forward to the PBC chapter for sure. Should be fun. It should be fun. But yeah, Flowz, that's I think we can wrap it up there. Unless you've got anything else to add?
Nah, we'll call it there.
Perfect. All right then. This is episode 148 of the SZN Podcast. Once again, I'm your boy Cam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
Make sure you keep supporting us. Peace.
I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.